This is Isaiah 24 and 9 through 10. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. I'd like to start off by saying, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bachat Kodash. That belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Aquath that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amwam back at you with another lesson this morning. Tawab Yuwam, Shabbat Shalom. And going into this title, for their sakes came the flood. All right. And, you know, I'm going to try to make this quick and short, straight to the point, Lord willing. All right. Shalom, Malak, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh, Shah, Barak, Tatam, Yah, to you and your household as always. All right. And going into this video I ran across, which was actually like an advertisement, which was wild. But on Instagram, I ran across this video. And before I play it, it says in big in big letters, it says, let me go back. I closed out Slakia. And you have to understand, man, we are in dangerous times. While I'm looking for this, let me talk. We are in perilous times. We're in dangerous times. So anybody that's still in the spirit of trying to live it up, all right, see, you're going to be taken away. You're going to be destroyed, all right, and you're going to get caught with your pants down, man. You see, you're literally going to get caught up in the midst of your partying, in the midst of your, you know, having a good old time. All right, you're going to get caught by surprise through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so it says World War III is coming, and then it says underneath Latinos in New York City. Okay, so that's the caption that they put across this. Let me grab it. Okay, look, this shit is wild. So it says, let me pause it real quick. Right. So it says World War III right there. All right. And then underneath it says Latinos in New York City. So this is what it is. Let me grab it. Ready? All right, which I don't own. You know what? I should never even played it like that because I don't own the rights to that song at all. It's just for entertainment purposes. Okay, let me play that again. So World War III is set across the top, and then it says Latinos in New York City. So basically, they're making mockery. All right, saying that, yeah, in the midst of World War III, us Latinos is out here having a good old time, living it up. All right, and this is an actual advertisement, because when you go on the bottom, it says what does it say? Visit the Instagram profile. All right, and it's basically some guy named Jardine de Reggaeton. All right, and he's basically promoting New York City's littest rooftop party. Okay, and this is happening on April 18th, tomorrow. You see, and this is why a lot of people were taken by the flood, man. All right, let's grab real quick. This is all right, and hey, man, just seeing all them so-called Latinos, right? That's why the scriptures say Ephraim is joined on to idols, man. Because see, Ephraim, all right, the northern kingdom, they be doing a whole lot of partying, man, and they be worshiping partying. All right. Like when you go into, if you've been around enough Latinos, everything in their life is about having a good old time, partying it up. Okay. Not saying that the southern kingdom ain't the same way. Okay. But I believe the northern kingdom is worse. Okay. When it comes to that, that category. All right. They'll make everything a fucking party. Okay. They could be 5 people present and they'll make a party out of it somehow. But this is Matthew 24, right? And let's take it from 36. It says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So because we don't know the time, right, that the Lord is going to come back, all right, the righteous thing to do is to be prepared, all right, and always, constantly stay praying up to the Lord, man, that he preserve you and have mercy in these days. All right. See, now we're measuring the time diligently within itself, and we're telling you that things are right around the corner. But even us prophets don't know exactly what, day the Lord is going to come and bring all this destruction all together. You see? So that's why we get ready, right? So, I mean, we stay ready so we don't have to get ready in that time, man. This is why, we give diligence to make our election and calling sure. You see? So it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. You see? And this is what you see right here, man. See, spiritually, we're building a spiritual ark for you, all right, by telling you what's to come, all right? So you're supposed to be spiritually in tune, all right, and preparing yourself to walk into that ark to avoid the flood. The flood spiritually in today's society will be the destruction that's about to come upon this place, man, okay? And what did they do with Noah? Noah was prophesying for 120 years, all right? And they were just laughing, scoffing them. Just like you see the prophets today that we're telling you that the destruction is going to come. And these people just laugh and scoff and just keep going about their business like nothing's about to happen. You see, this is why, all right, they ended up being taken away by that flood. Okay. So again, it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving into marriage until that day that Noah entered into the ark, okay, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. You see, so that time came and the flood just straight took them all away, all right, by surprise, you see. And then people going to try to turn to the Lord because that's the mentality of our people. Oh, I'll turn to the Lord when that time comes. The time is here. What the fuck more do you want to understand? You see, evils and destruction, right, is growing around us. Famine is growing around us on a daily basis, man. And see, these people come in the spirit of they're coming in the spirit of Bacchus. All right, when you go into let me see, what is that? I believe that's Romans 11, 13 and 11. Right? Let's grab that. And it says, and that knowing the time that it is now high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. You see, so now it's time to wake up from the damn, good old times that you're living up. It's time for us to wake up from all the bullshit, all right, the witchcraft and sorceries that keep you asleep, all right, because our salvation is nearer than we believe, right? It says the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Yeah, and living it up and partying it up like these people do all day long is the works of darkness, man, because there's nothing profitable in that, man. That's just pleasures of sin that lasts for a season. Okay, all you're gonna find is bad, wicked ass deeds being done in that time, right? You ever heard that saying in the world? Anything past 10 o'clock is wickedness. And damn sure anything past 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning is definitely wickedness. You see? So there's nothing good after 10 o'clock. Your ass should be home, you know, constantly meditating with the Lord, getting to know your power, getting to know your culture, your heritage, you see? But these people much rather find ways to make mirth more and more, right? And there's no way for you to even make mirth, because mirth is not the same no more. Everything is so out of course, it's so out of order that you can't even have a good time when you go out, you see? So it says, and let us put on the whole armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting or drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put ye on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach and make no provision. All right. And make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. And that's what these people do. You see, they indulge in their evil desires, man. You know, they constantly want to walk in the flesh rather than the spirit. You see, so that's why, you know, you'll try to tell them something and it's hard because the spirit is always battling the flesh. But the moment you tell them something, you know, these people will listen for 2 seconds, but their flesh takes over and goes right back to that same spirit they've always been having on them, man. You know, yeah, I hear you, bro. I know the world is coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? But somebody will whistle at them in the background. Yo, we got to go, bro. We got to get to the club before 11 o'clock so we can get them free. And they're out. Pew! You see? They sound like the road runner when he haul ass. Pew! They done forgot about what you done told them. You know, they done forgot about, you know, we're at the end days. You see? Because a lot of these people much rather drink their sorrows away than to actually deal with them, you know? So this word rioting, right? This word rioting goes into, I believe this is the word, might be a different, yeah. See, this word rioting goes into komos, right? Komos. It says a revel, carousel, okay? So they're in that reveling spirit. I believe reveling goes into drinking wine, right? Let me see, just to make sure. Yeah, enjoy oneself in a lively and noisy way, especially with drinking and dancing. You see? So that's what these people are about, making things merry, right? Everything's a celebration onto these people. You see? It says lively and noisy enjoyment, especially with drinking and dancing, right? Festivity. All right, you got the similar words, festivity, jollification. All right, you got jolly. All right, let's see what else is in here. You got party, feast, drink, live it up. That's crazy that it even says that. Live it up. All right, make whoopee. Okay, wow, paint the town red. Okay, yeah, paint the town red, because red represents Esau, man. All right. So to paint the town red is coming in the spirit of Esau. Okay. So it says a nocturnal or riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome fellows who after supper parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Bacchus or some other deity, and sing and play before houses of male and female friends, hence use generally of feasts and drinking parties that are protracted till late at night and indulge in revelry. You see? That's why I said they come in the spirit of Bacchus, man. These people, after they go and have a dinner, after dinner, they want to go out to the party. After the party is the after party, and after the after party is the after party. You know, people indulging in all types of sexual activities and types of fucking orgies and shit. Like, this is the spirit that is pushed out here in America. If you're not living it up and having a good time, then you're not living. You see? But in all reality, those that are living in that state of mind are really dead. They're spiritually dead. That's why the scriptures say, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. These people are dead. They're walking around zombied, you know? because they have no life in them. They have no light in them. Everything's just living it up. Okay? Let's see what we got here. The brother Mashak got this is Psalms 32:5. It says, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord Yahweh, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. Salah. Yeah, see, this is what our people supposed to be doing more than anything, man. All right. The scriptures tell you, let's grab that real quick. All right. You're supposed to be in the house of mourning. To be in the house of mourning is to be asking the Lord for mercy, is to ask the Lord to forgive you of the things you've been doing wrong, right? Ecclesiastes 7:2. And it says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men. You see, that is the end of all men. And the living will lay it to his heart. See, the living will lay it to his heart, right? Meaning that, hey, those that are living in it should take this to their mind, keep it in mind, take it into consideration, all right? And the living, right, is going to take it to their mind because they rather live than to be put to death, man, you see? So now they're going to have life in them. It says sorrow is better than laughter, all right? Yeah, we're not in the time of laughter, man. We're not in the time of joy. As we just read, all right, all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right. You have to be circumspect, redeeming the times because the days is evil. Ain't nothing funny no more. Ain't shit sweet no more. You see? Evils is multiplying on the earth because iniquity abound. The love of many is waxing colder and colder. You see? Judgment is being brought every single day. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So what is there that's so sweet? Right? It says, sorrow is better than laughter, and for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. All right. It says, the heart of the wise, meaning the mind, is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. So the Lord is practically calling y'all fools for being in that spirit of living it up. You see? And again, this is why for their sakes came the flood, man. And that's why for their sakes today, all right, that same flood spiritually is going to come upon them, man. All right. This is, let's grab this. This is, what is that? Ecclesiasticus, the 40th chapter, right? Let's take it from 8. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. Death, bloodshed, strife, sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. You see? Okay, so these things, right? Death, bloodshed, strife, sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, scourge. You see, all these things happen onto flesh, right? But it's given on sevenfold more onto the sinners, man. So these people are living in sin. So that's why their downfall is going to be so brutal. See, these are children that are born in vain, right? These are sottish children. They're wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge, man. No matter what you tell these people, right? These people going to still continue to be in that spirit that was given to them. And that, hey, you can't even argue about it because that's the spirit that the Lord gave them. See, this is why we got to be thankful in everything we do, man, because we were given the eyesight to see. We were given the spirit to believe. We were given the spirit to, you know, do the things of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. But see, to them, it's not given. You see, there's no converting these people, man. See, they have pleasure in doing the wickedness, right? This is Romans. Give me 1 second. This is Romans 1 and 28. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them. You see, and we all have a conscience, man. So these things, when you do these things that are wrong and wicked, that your conscience telling you it's off. But the problem is that when you have been enticed so much to the lust of your desires, right? Or the desires of your lust, right? It overtakes your body, man. Sin becomes a natural way of life for you. You see, that's why into a malicious soul, wisdom can never enter, because he is subject onto sin. You see, so these people, no matter how many times you tell them, they love doing that shit, man. They love being wicked. You see, and some of these people, like when you was in the world, you realize some of these people were cool. Some of these people, you know, might have a decent heart. I don't even want to say a heart, but you know, but the point is they still indulge in the wickedness, man. You see? And because they indulge in that wickedness, they're just as good as dead. As the scriptures say, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, right? And that's referring to a woman, right? But are we not referred to as a woman in the scriptures? Did not the scriptures say that we are a delicate and comely woman unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai? So our people, right, are just as good as dead because they live in pleasure, man. You see? You don't have the full understanding of why you were put here on earth. You weren't put here on earth to live it up. You were put here on earth to suffer. See, the living it up, the festivities, the mirth, the true mirth is going to come when Yahweh Shai establishes righteousness upon the earth. Once that is established, then you can live it up. Once we get the hell up out of this captivity, once we learn our true heritage and learn who our true power is and how to serve our power, this is why we're going to be able to celebrate for the rest of our days. We're going to celebrate for eternity, man. See, our people ain't patient, though. You see? So the waiting game for them is too much. They want to have that now. They want to party it up now. You see? But that's why you're going to end up meeting death, man. You see? Because you much rather, have the pleasures of sin for a season than to suffer with the children of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. See, and that's why we're going to greatly be rewarded. You see? Now, it ain't nothing for us to just go out every little second, every little once in a while, you might go out with your wifey or something, go have something to eat, have a couple drinks, go home after that. You're not about to take that shit to the next level, man. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you going into clubs and partying it up, see, that's where you fucking up. You're not supposed to be doing that. You see? If you're a single person, there ain't nothing for you to go have a little meal real quick, a little lounge or something, and have a drink and go home. You're not indulging yourself with the rest of these people. You're not mixing in with these people, man. Okay? Because the scriptures tell you not to. Let me grab that. That's first. 2 Corinthians, right? 6 and 14. It says, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has lightness with darkness? You see? So you can't be blended in with these people. And even that is a thing that is, what's the word I'm looking for? You're putting yourself at risk. Because even though you're not blending in with these people, there's many spirits, there's many demons in those areas. So them demons will try to flock away, try to find a way to flock to you. You see? So you have to be careful, right? So that's why it's best, even though I said, you know, it's not wrong with going to do a little, you know, a little something real quick. All right. Scratch that. It's best that you don't. So you don't put yourself in jeopardy. You don't put your spirit in jeopardy. All right. You got to know how to move, man. Okay. If you have a woman, and, hey, man, go have a little dinner, a couple little drinks, and take your asses home, man. You know, get your asses home before 12 o'clock. Okay. Don't be staying past 12 o'clock, man. Ain't nothing good after that time, man. You see? Same thing if you by yourself. Because sometimes, hey, man, the scripture say, give strong drink to a man that feel like he about to perish, right? So sometimes a man, especially us in this truth, man, we're constantly doing, you know, these deeds, you know, spirit gets overloaded, you know, which is a beautiful thing to be overloaded with this truth, man. All right. But it's very draining to the spirit, you know, so sometimes you just got to sit back real quick and have a drink, man. You see, and especially knowing the times that we're in, that we're about to be, you know, going through persecution, you know, the Lord willing, the Lord accepts our sacrifice. You know, we're going to be sacrificed, some of us, you know, as martyrs. Okay. So, hey, man, sometimes you got to get in your thoughts, right? But you keep it moving, man. You don't indulge in the rest of these things, man, and get attached to these things. All right. And remembering that the flesh is weak. That's why it's best that you don't even put yourself in a situation like that, because the flesh is weak. Okay. So, you know, you're not supposed to be unequally yoked together with non-believers, man, because there is no fellowship with righteousness and wickedness, right? And unrighteousness. The light, the darkness can't comprehend the light. So there ain't nothing to talk about. We have nothing in common, you see? But these people is bugged out, man. I'm telling you, the fact that when I seen this little video, it said World War III is coming, but Latinos in New York City is living it up. See, all them niggas that you see in that little picture of them dancing, all of them people they're gonna perish, man. You see? All those people that are men gonna be drafted to the war. You see? A lot of those people in there you see gonna die of famine. And they don't even know it. Why? Because they so caught up in that lifestyle of dancing and living it up, man. And when you're dancing and living it up, right, you forget about reality. That's why these people do that, man. They like to forget about reality instead of facing reality. We have to face the reality of what's going on, man. We're at the end, whether you like it or not. You see? So let's finish this up, right? Brother got Psalms 32:6. It says, for this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee, right? Pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters, they shall not come nigh unto him. You see? Yeah. See, so we're going to be spared from the time of the flood, man. But the rest of these people going to be taken away. You see? So, Shalom, Sister Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah. Okay? It's the right thing to do, all right, is to sit your ass home, man, all right, and think about how you going to make amends with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. How you going to get the Lord, how you going to gain the Lord to be on your side in the day of judgment, to have mercy upon you, right? Because we're supposed to be presenting our bodies as living sacrifices without spot and without blemish, you see? But see, these people, all right, that's why they're not going to be able to make the kingdom, because they're unclean. They have never repented, you know. They can't be used as a living sacrifice, okay? Too many spots, too much blemish on them, man. Too many sins they can't count and keep up with, right? Hey, that's the spirit, you see? So, therefore, all right, they have to be taken away. All right. As a matter of fact, let me grab this. This is what am I thinking? This is Isaiah. 28, and let's take it from 17, right? It says, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to plummet. Let's grab it from the NLT, right? I will test you with the measuring line of justice and the plumb line of righteousness. Since your refuge is made of lies, a hailstorm will knock it down. Since it was made of deception, a flood will sweep it away. I will cancel the bargain you made to cheat death, and I will overturn your deal to dodge the grave. When the terrible enemy sweeps through, you will be trampled into the ground. You see? And they're going to be like madmen sparing none. You see? But then they're going to try to call on the name of the Lord, and it's going to be too late. Let's end it with this. This is Proverbs 1:24, right? It says, because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but you have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. Look, see, here it is. You laughed it off, right? You were laughing and giggling and having a good old time, right? World War III was coming, but you were living it up. You see the irony in that? The Lord said, now he gonna laugh at you. You see? I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh. They would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearkeneth on to me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. You see? Righteousness delivers from death, man. Righteousness delivers from destruction. Okay? And if you ain't got righteousness on your side, well then, hey, man, we not going to feel bad for you, man. Okay? We'll see you later. We'll see you in the kingdom. One of the brothers will make you again. Because you're going to come through the loins of the elect. Everybody we lose on the side, that's 2/3. That's the multitude born in vain. They're no longer going to be born in vain. They're going to be born in righteousness because they're going to come through the loins of the elect, you see. So we'll see you later at the end of the day. We'll see you later in the kingdom with your head down, kicking rocks for a little bit. Right? And in the kingdom, you're just going to wish that you would have listened, but you didn't. Hard-headed, you know? But, hey, man, I'm going to leave it there through the spirit. That shit is wild just to see a damn post like that. Out of all things, like, you couldn't just advertise the damn post. You have to put World War III coming, but Latinos in New York City living it up. Yeah, that shit is wild, bro. That shit was spiritual. Spiritual. So I'm going to leave it there through the spirit, Lord willing, to water for the precepts, brother, as always. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone grew well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith, enduring as good soldiers of Yahweh Shai as always. You sisters continue to learn in silence, watching the true man of the Lord. Hey, stay prayed up, redeeming the times because the days is evil, right? Constantly making supplication unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that he have mercy upon us and that he, continue to let his light shine upon us, all right, and keep us focused and keep us, without distraction, always attending to the Lord without distraction. So with that being said, Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah.